Youths have come forward to have a nice topic for interactive sessions. Wonderful. I wish all the best at the outset itself. Now, for your purpose, what I was told that many people are not aware about human rights and human rights commission work. So I will just give you brief history as well as about the Human Rights Commission's work, and thereafter if you have any doubts we can interact also because it's an interactive session. Now you are aware that human rights concept started abroad and it was out of 2 World War consequences. Many people were killed. Prisoners of war were ill-treated, tortured, and properties were lost. And then, most of you must be aware, United Nations came into existence. Nearly 140 countries came together. India was part of that, and United Nations was formed. And after the Second World War, everybody started thinking that something has to be done to protect the rights of the people, especially human rights. And that's how the idea floated. And in 1993, at a Paris Convention, it was decided by 147 countries to form a body which can look into international body, it is of course, to consider about the protection, how to be given to everybody, at least member countries of the United Nations. Under that, United Nations Human Rights Commission came into existence. And in the same convention of Paris, it was decided that the member countries must pass a law for protection of human rights. Accordingly, in 1993, the Government of India, which was part of the Assembly and Convention signatory, an act was passed called as Protection of Human Rights Act 1993. Now, before I go to the other things, what according to you is the human rights? Anybody can? Idea, your idea about human rights. You read a lot about human rights. My rights are violated. What is the idea behind it? What is human rights? Anybody can? Sanga. Marathi sanga chale. Marathi पण येते.
Right to live with the dignity, without disturbing the others' life.
Exactly. Now this concept of human rights was first codified under the Universal Declaration, and in that originally there were 30 articles, 30. Because of the consequences of 2 world wars and what happened thereafter also, certain clauses were put, articles they were called, that every person has got a right of liberty. No person shall be tortured. No person shall be a slave. There are different, we will give you a copy of the Universal Declaration also. Now, basic idea, as you rightly said, right to live with dignity. This is the basic concept simultaneously adopted, formulated and implemented in Constitution of India. Liberty, yes, anybody know?
Security.
Yes, equality, liberty and dignity. These are the basic concepts. Ultimately, what is human right is my right to live in my condition with dignity, with proper liberty and freedom. Everybody has to. And these are adopted in the Constitution as fundamental rights. मूलभूत हक. Now, what is the difference between these fundamental rights and human rights? Fundamental rights were created under the Constitution, but the concept of human rights is right from your birth. These come into force. Nobody has given them. Nobody can take away these rights. Absolutely, there is no fundamental rights. If you have read constitutional parts, it can be restricted to certain extent. Now, for example, movement, right of movement can be restricted under the due process of law. What we call the judicial words are due process of law. A person can be arrested. Now he can claim that my right has been violated. No, because under the Constitution itself there are certain restrictions placed, and that is why the fundamental rights sometimes they are restricted. They can be amended by the Parliament, but fundamental human rights recognized internationally, nobody can change. Now this basic concept of 30 articles and life, liberty and dignity went on developing by the nations, by the circumstances. So new rights started emerging up. Right of the children, right of women, right of senior citizens, right of every citizen to have pollution-free air, water, right of shelter, those who can afford it. These are the new concepts coming out one after another. And so now presently, every human right, whatever right we expect from others, becomes the human right actually. It need not be, legal thing. I expect 1 lakh rupees from you, no, this is not my human right. Human right is give me dignity. Simultaneously, because the topic today is human rights and your duties also. I am going together. We owe a duty to the society also, that merely asserting my right is not enough. I should not assert, I have every right, fine. But one moment, just think for yourself. Am I doing my duty? Am I discharging my duty towards my country, my fellow countrymen, my friends, my relatives, etc. Unless we start doing that, it will not be helpful. Now coming back to the act and how what is our view working in the commission. In the act, this commission's work is very limited. Though now we receive complaints every day, about 100 complaints we receive from all over Maharashtra. Husband beats wife. Her right is violated. But that doesn't come within our purview. Because under the Act, Human Rights Commission is constituted only as a watchdog over the public servants. Government, semi-government, then local bodies like municipality or corporations, Zilla Parshad, etc. The commission keeps watch over their activities and whether by their conduct they are violating any human rights. If it is found there is a violation, we have procedure. I will explain a little bit later. Now, every state practically in India has got a state human rights commission, and under 1993 Act itself, first time National Human Rights Commission has been established. Now under the under the Act, always the chairperson of a National Human Rights Commission is former Supreme Court judge. There is one member who is judge, former judge of Supreme Court. Another can be a retired Chief Justice of the state, and there are number of other persons. So far as State Act is concerned, it consists of 3 members, 3 persons. One is the chairperson, who is always a retired Chief Justice of the state. Second person is a retired judge, either High Court or sitting district judge. And third person is a member of the society who has contributed towards upliftment and protecting human rights. And that's why my colleague Mr. Bore, who is though from police department, he has done his work on human rights. He has done, during his work, he has carried out. And that's how the government recognized it and he has been doing it. Now the appointment process is very complicated. No applications are called for. No applications are called for, no applications can be made. It is the government. It decides. And for that, very strict checkups are put under the Act.